Now, you, of course, have been tracking the anti-human nature of globalist environmental extremists. At the end of the day, if you think human development and GDP and prosperity and development is bad, what you're really saying is that people are bad. Am I right?
You are, and this goes in line with many environmentalists who've said that humans are the virus on the planet and that we need to be eradicated. We have a voluntary human extinction movement that is only partially satire, and they actually mean it, and they talk the warnings of overpopulation, Paul Ehrlich. It all goes along with that. You have people like Andrew Revkin, the former New York Times reporter, who talks about the Anthropocene, as though humans have now taken over the one of the epics of the planet, and where it's now it's all it is the human-caused epic. And other people who study this say that's not the case at all. But with the case of Extinction Rebellion, calling the humans what they have here. What's interesting is the media reached out, and some in the Extinction Rebellion tried to say, "Oh, that we disavow this. We had nothing to do with it." The problem is Extinction Rebellion, by its own charter, is a leaderless, decentralized group, and so suddenly, when it's finally convenient, they can't find someone who they claim now as a leader who's going to disavow this. This is actually the sentiment of the mainstream Extinction Rebellion. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they would deny it, because it's particularly crass, perhaps, but that is their essential message. Now, Greta Thunberg herself, she did a very strange Instagram post about 2 weeks ago where she didn't claim she had the virus. In fact, she sort of said the opposite. Yeah. She said, "Oh, I have the sniffles, but I've quarantined anyways." It was a very strange thing, obviously not written by her. We know it's been revealed that she has a team, PR team that handles her social media account. It just, to me, it struck me as so obvious. Like, she wasn't sick. She didn't look sick. She didn't claim to be sick. But she just wanted, "Hey guys, don't forget about me. I know you're all talking about this virus. Can we talk about me for a bit?" And she even made this post just very recently. She said, "School strike, week 85. Act responsible. Your actions can be the difference between life and death for others." But she's not talking about the virus. Climate strike online, stay at home Fridays for future, school strike for climate, flatten the curve. And scroll down just a little bit there. School strike for the climate. And she posted that actually just today. That's the thing, Marc. Every school has been struck, if not by the virus itself, by virus panic. Everyone's striking from school now, and it's not good. We're all shut down. We're all in a panic mode. We are deindustrializing in a way. This is the unhappy future that they wanted for us. Shut down the factories, shut down the roads, stop driving, stay at home. This is actually what they said was the utopia they wanted: degrowth, de-work, GDP decline. This is what they promised us.
It is. And first of all, a couple of comments. We've seen a lot of progressives coming out and getting their moment in the sun. I may have had the virus, or I didn't get a test, but I certainly had the symptoms. I think I was sick with it. This was a way for Greta to make herself relevant, first of all, to announce that she might have had the virus, her and her dad. We see Chris Cuomo on CNN with the same thing, describing, a night of nightmares and shivering from a fever. So people, this is a similar way celebrities have used drug rehab. In other words, if your career isn't getting much attention, what better way than to check into a posh rehab facility, and suddenly your name's all over the news and you're getting well wishes and you're back on your agent's desk as being relevant. So interestingly enough, the irony is not lost that you have the school strike movement actually out there now calling for continued school strikes when there is no school. Yeah. So this whole thing is silly, but it's absolutely, this is the template by which the climate emergency, Extinction Rebellion, Greta Thunberg, the United Nations all want to follow. Just think, Ezra, it was only a couple months ago that we were talking about flight shaming and stopping airline travel except for essential flights. And Greta went all out of the way to take that ridiculous yacht made of plastic and have their crew fly. But now, just a few months later, Almost all airlines are grounded. They have to be ecstatic, and they're publicly saying it. At Climate Depot, I've been covering this on a daily basis. Green, environmental activists after activists just sort of marveling at how society was so quickly shut down for the virus, and they're saying we need to have this power for climate change. So they are taking notes, and they are coming after the virus to continue these policies.
That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.